Oh, what the? Welcome to Mirror Domains, and this is the Rings of Power Season 2, Episode 4 already, guys. Yeah, we're right there. Sorry for jumping on quickly like this today. It's the only time I've got. I'm going out to see the new Beetlejuice movie in the next couple of hours, so I thought I would squeak in the Episode 4 here. And we would get underway for the Rings of Power Season 2, Episode 4. If you haven't watched this from me before, you know how this works, guys. I can't show you the entire thing here on the side because of copyright reasons, right? You know that. It's 2024. Everybody should know that by now, right? They shouldn't be expecting to watch it all on YouTube. But, whatever. I'm hitting the skip recap button now, and we'll get underway. Okay, skipping the recap button. Opening credits. This episode is called Eldest. Skipping intro button now. And sync. Noise. The Rings of Power. How long is this episode? An hour and 2 minutes? Okay. Are we underway? We are underway. Now, the last episode was a bit rough. And by rough, I mean not all that good. It was disjointed thematically.
If we take the Axa Bridge,
Oh, good, Galadriel. Finally. This is the story I want to follow, Galadriel. She's my favorite.
By King's urging, I agreed to appoint you as First Lieutenant. But if you deem that duty beneath you, I will choose another.
So a little jockeying there of, remember, I'm in control here by Elrond, saying I'm the one that's leading this mission, not you. And it still feels like we missed a scene in there to when Elrond came around, because he was like, I don't want any part of this. I don't want any part of this. And now all of a sudden he wants to command the mission. So there's a little bit of a disjointed storyline there thematically. Lindon, that hopefully will be made up for in this episode. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. Lightning.
No earthly force could do this.
We shall either have to turn due north, adding 2 weeks to our journey.
Or
Oh, her ring is being activated. Foresight, right? Sorry, I can't make that out. Oh, that was supposed to be a jump scare, but it didn't work on me because I couldn't see what the heck they were zooming in on.
We must go another.
the enemy is doubtless watching both roads.
Yeah. Is there any way you can't, yes. What other options do you have? It's quite the chasm.
Has been heard.
Elrond.
Elrond doesn't have a ring, though. He knows that she has one of the rings, right? He must know.
Trinket.
Okay, so he's addressing
Nor
it.
will you.
Because we... So we know that Elrond doesn't trust the ring, and that was, again, okay, that was a good scene there of kind of like, where does he stand, letting us know as the audience. Acting was okay, except a little bit of the execution of how that jump scare played out was pretty good. This is the storyline that a lot of people have problems with. It's kind of like it's not going anywhere fast. It's just people walking. But James, Lord of the Rings was just people walking. Yeah, but we kind of knew where they were going. Here we don't know exactly where they're going. I like the actor who plays. I'm just gonna start calling him Gandalf because he's obviously Gandalf, right? Which is fine, but stop beating around the bush.
Halflings come this way. Stars. I had hoped that...
They're trying to be whimsical here.
It must be.
The branch is going to become his staff. Is that what I understand here? I think so. The tree's defending itself. It seems to be sucking him in. Kind of like the tree out of Sleepy Hollow, right? Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow. That was weird. Is it an ent? Or whatever they call them? Timestamp? 10 minutes, 45 seconds. 10 minutes, 45 seconds. Poppy, get up. Oh, yeah, they got swept up in that dust tornado, right? Uh, Not looking good, guys. Gonna have to devise a plan here. Again, I think they're trying to be whimsical with this. Merrimack?
Come from? Oh, my head.
His ears are different. Again, the dialogue here is also trying to be whimsical, but it's not landing because I think it's missing an element, which is the music. Instead, we got scenes of people just standing here looking at each other.
Water thief.
The Good. At least the different nations of people, they look different depending on where they're from, right? I like that, like from the Harfoots and stuff like that. Again, okay, so this is all trying to establish world building.
Restores.
Doors.
Hmm.
Go on, plead your case. This friend of yours, who is he anyways?
He's a giant.
It's the Dark Wizard.
So they're aware of the Dark Wizard. Kieran Hines.
The star is already much more powerful
Enter
than we had anticipated.
Brank. Is that his name? Did we miss that last time? Or sorry, no, Brank is that guy.
It even now. They will not evade us for long. I swear my life on it.
Ports be your sole concern. I will see to the Eastar myself.
Very, well, they're trying to be like Saruman, but it's also very, Dooku bit, right? Count Dooku?
Eat earth. Dig, dig.
Been a while since I've been called much of anything, but Luke used to call me Bombadil. Tom Bombadil.
So this is the contentious casting that people have an issue with for some reason. I never read the books, guys, so I don't have stake in this as to what the Tom Bombadil character is supposed to look like.
See, woman? What woman?
A woman.
That is, I think you are you?
Yes.
So he's also another wizard, right? A brown wizard or something?
Shows what stars now, doesn't it? Newcomers, that's what they are. One. Tell me, who are you?
He's like Radagast, right?
Eldest. That's what I am.
Eldest, and that's the name of this episode, right?
Was there before the river and the trees. Tom remembers the first raindrop and the first acorn.
Sounds like he's overpronouncing his R's. Like he doesn't normally pronounce R that way.
Thought he might be able to lend me a branch.
People like magic.
to themselves, just as you belong to yourself.
Then
Whether you can become so, well, we shall soon discover.
Okay. Oh, what's that written on the top? How astute. What's this?
why do they hunt me and my friends?
It's not the first. The Dark Wizard?
Now he controls much of Rune.
Sauron. So then why are you not doing anything about it?
Can you stop it?
Yeah. That's why I suspect you're here.
While yet they grow.
You mean, is it my task to stop the fire?
Is to face them both.
It's a tough pill to swallow. That the guy who plays Gandalf is like we saw in the first season. He's good. He's got talent. There's something about just the way he emotes, uses his face for kind of like absorbing information that this with just kind of one stoic kind of look. I really dig. So that would have been our first commercial break. We're back with Elrond and Galadriel. 25 minutes, 40 seconds. And it's dark. Very, very dark.
Dead men are no threat.
Keep moving.
Sometimes when you're out like this, you have to trust your instincts, right? Like if you're out on a late night walk in the woods and you just feel like something's off, it's okay to bail if there's nothing at stake. Here, there's a little bit at stake, all right? Well, obviously, there's a lot at stake here, but okay, there's that hole. Oh, what's that? Is it trying to coerce him? Through the power of suggestion? So this is the second character this episode where they've heard voices. Horse. Horses.
We must go from this place.
Jump scare behind her. Watch it. It's going to happen. Yes. Or him. Well, see, he just it's like a chant. It is creepy. All right. That's not what I was expecting. I was expecting maybe like a wolf or something. This part was in the teaser, right?
What are they?
Borrow rights, huh? So they are undead, obviously. But it just reassembles. Let's hit it again while it's reassembling. Come on. This is a situation where you just, hey, if they're going to fall apart, you might as well just keep them falling apart. Don't let them rebuild. Like the effects on it are pretty good, though.
Where are you going?
You're going to try to outrun them?
What? Not in!
Or you want to go into their lair? That's a curious move.
To rest.
But the men buried here have been entombed for over 1,000 years.
I think it's safe to say that something has awoken them.
So only the blades that they had would put them down for good. This is another part of the story that some people didn't like about that last episode is the Theo story. Now, I am a fan of Arendir, so I like that part. And I didn't mind a few of the scenes, but I'm also just kind of like, okay, well, where's this going kind of thing, right? How does this add to the story?
To a wild man, an axe head is worth more than gold. Strange they did not take it with them.
Yeah. it's a very dark episode. Like, guys, this is brightened. I brightened this here on the side. It's very dark on my screen. So it's hard to see detail. Oh, severed hand. There's severed bodies. Ugh. Now that's not Theo.
I do not believe was done by mortal men.
They're not men. They're animals.
Yeah, why north?
Looking for loved ones. That part of the forest is old. Promise you they're well.
It's not the freshest water. I let it run for a little bit, guys. She looked at Arendir as well. So is there going to be like a soft love triangle going on here? See? It is, right?
Noticed a wound on your neck. Looks to be recent.
Oh, the mark. Okay, so maybe it won't be the mark of Adar. Just
She's one of them. She's going to lead us to all the others.
catch Arendir. But yeah, that look of
Stab me. Take my horse. Was that...
yes. Wow. I like that look she had in her eyes when she stepped away there.
Aya, come quickly.
Trolls? It was trolls, right? Because he got picked up. Or he's put in some kind of tree spire. well fed. Well, that's eerie.
What's out there?
They're going to be food, aren't they? No, it's not all right. Easy, guys, easy. Come on. Elves are supposed to be strong. This was her chance to escape, right? Obviously, they survive because we know Isildur goes with Elrond in the big battle at the beginning of Lord of the Rings. So something happens here. Does it spit them out? Now, if Arendir couldn't hold on to them, how can she? Oh, it's a big worm. Serpent of some kind. Ha ha ha. So it swallowed them just to...
This one.
I like that one. Okay, I like that. That was a good one, Arendir. A little Men in Blackish there, right? Timestamp 40 minutes and 20 seconds, guys. So about 20 minutes left in this episode. Again, we're struggling here with the pacing issues because there's so many multiple storylines going on. Arendir, Isildur, and this storyline with the Harfoots, Gandalf storyline, Galadriel and Elrond. And we haven't even talked about the dwarfs, the Dark Wizard storylines. So you got like 7 storylines that are going on. And I feel like they're really having trouble finding focus of the direction. Like driving it towards that end goal of the pinnacle of what the season should bring.
Struck out one year with a caravan of followers to find it.
Here's something that I'll say about it being disjointed. If you were to take out all the scenes of each storyline and put them together, does it feel cohesive? Does it feel like it's following a straight story? And I feel like it's not. Like, where were Arendir and Isildur? They just found out she's a spy. Let's go for a walk and get eaten by a snake. See what I mean by disjointed there? Well, it would feel like we were missing a scene in between there to progress that part of the story. And then there's this storyline that a lot of people don't like. That this whole history lesson here, kind of, sorry. Yeah, we as the audience know that already. But why all of a sudden is the leader there trusting her? Right? See what I mean? Like, it does feel like there are missing scenes here. I would rather just follow one storyline and have it cohesive for just like maybe even half of the episode. Are you going to accept it? Accept aid?
Where are they?
Again, okay, so these guys just show up out of nowhere? They just found them somehow? So she's defending them.
Defy the Dark Wizard, and when we return with him, you will find out for yourselves.
Did he take their faces or something? So is Elrond going to concede here that perhaps we should listen to the ring? Or at least its counsel of warnings, like, don't go that way? um, at least for this particular time?
The cost of victory becomes too great.
I have yet to reach that point.
How does that?
I have always felt it. But with this ring, I can see it. Fragile. Most dear. Is a task entrusted to all elves. You will put opposing Sauron above all other considerations.
Hmm. He's got quite the disdain for it.
Forgive me, Commander. We heard drums.
Drums from a marching army or something? Where are we at? 4657. Or to try to establish some trust. Wouldn't his leg at least have a little bit of damage done to it by whatever grabbed him and pulled him in? Like he would have been able to feel the teeth grab onto him at least, right? Now let's kiss. Oh,
No.
it's romantic.
To folk like me. Sooner or later they'll catch.
Yeah. So she wants to switch sides, but she's not trusting it. You can understand from her side that if she wants to switch, that it's going to be kind of like, yeah, who can I trust? How can I trust anyone? Because it is true that people do get the mark of Adar, say it out of desperation. It's because it was, oof. You have to commit or you die, right? Uh-oh. Arondir. So he pronounced his name differently. I was saying Arondir, but Arondir. I'm going to...
Axe to wooded life.
Arondir. The effects are good. Gotta grant that.
What does it, Bell?
Orcs.
And we know the trees don't like orcs. So you're speaking their language.
The spilling sap and burning branch calls to us from a
Trunk splitters all!
Who's using gentleness and compassion. Some damage there, hurt. Some hurt there behind his eyes. Yeah, he's one of my favorite actors in the series.
We will see to it that the trees of this wood are left in peace.
Yeah.
Have tended this forest since before the mountains rose up anew.
Okay, who are the voices? Olivia Williams, Jim Broadbent. Oh, so there was the ants that were trapping people. Again, okay, see, this is exactly what I was talking about, guys. They were up in the tree, and now all of a sudden he's down there. Did we miss a scene? We did, right? Because we're not following one cohesive story here. It's all been jumbled up, and it feels like, okay, we got all these storylines, and we're just going to let them fall in here where they may. I would rather have like one continuous story for half the episode, Isildur and Arondir, and then maybe the next part of the episode is Elrond and Galadriel, and have that cohesiveness move forward, and have an hour chunks instead of these quick 5-minute segments. But I do respect the trees and the ants. I like that part.
I made a promise.
Thank you for keeping it.
Yeah, that's a showdown we need to see, right? 54 minutes. 55 minutes, guys. So 7 minutes left. So we won over their respect. Where would I like the story to end? I would like the story to end with Galadriel and Elrond, but we're probably going to end with the Harfoots. Marching orcs. Finally get to see this army.
Perhaps at war.
A legion of orcs have marched into Elvish lands.
Interesting speculation there, Elrond. Oh, you've been spotted by scouts. Oh, they're trying to hunt the horse for food, right? So they haven't been spotted. You would think that elves would be a little bit more careful about not giving up their position like that. You gotta bear the pain, man. Oh man, it's bleeding fast. Oh, now you're up. Is it healing him? Well, I wasn't expecting that. I don't think they were either. But
Take it. We're gonna get a. I stand alone.
Okay, this is cool. I Meredith Clark is great at doing these action sequences. Yep. Steal their horse. That was slick. Taking their lantern.
Is agor uan edraith anwen.
Okay. Sooner or later, though, Elrond's got to start to respect the ring.
Go back to the shadow.
Oh, title card. It's an Adar. Well, it ended where I wanted it to with the Galadriel storyline. We still got story and pacing issues here, guys. It's weird because the first two episodes were like really well done, and they've kind of gone back to this disjointed, fragmented storytelling, which I can totally understand is gotten people kind of disinterested. It's kind of like putting people off. And there's no cure for this. We have to ride it like this, guys, because like the whole season's done. So is it terrible? Is it 100% awful? It's not. I have to admit that I am a little bit biased because I do like the Galadriel Elrond story. I like the dwarf story. The Isildur story here got a little bit more interesting, but the Arondir, I'm watching because of Arondir, sorry. Who's Estrid? Nia Tolwell, huh? Toll? Okay. She's good. The Bombadil thing. Tom Bombadil, Rory Kinnear. Oh, that's who that is. Okay. He was in Men, right? Was he was the actor in Men? Rory Kinnear? Yeah. So that's why his R's are different. Yeah. Remember that Alex Garland movie, Men, where Jesse Buckley is tormented by men, and Rory plays basically all the men in all the village, right? So even like the younger version. So so it's kind of a weird movie, that one. That's who that is. Okay, he plays Tom. I don't know the history behind it, so it doesn't upset me as much as it would some of the purists. But I acknowledge the story issues here. But out of all the things that were wrong with episode one, or season one, we're starting to dwindle down. It is getting refined. They are refining this and honing it down. It just seems to be taking a little while for us to get there. where it's going to be firing on all cylinders and be going, oh, now we found our footing. Now we found where we're going. Does it seem like it's going to have to take 3 seasons for us to get there? Perhaps. We got glimpses, though, of what it's going to turn into be, hopefully. And you know what else also struggled in its first 2 seasons, but turned out to be really good? Star Trek The Next Generation. First season is like, ooh. Second season, it's got some interesting stuff in there. Still a little rough around the edges. And then season 3, it was like, this is the show that we should have been making from day one. Kind of like even Picard seasons. Season 1 was like, ugh, what is this? Season 2 is like, okay, it's starting to get a little bit better. And then season 3 is just like a tour de force of just like, oh my God, why didn't you start this way, right? And I feel like we're going to get to that point with Rings of Power here, where it's like, oh my God, why didn't we just start this way? I can see that. And I can see that hopefully that's what we're going to get to. But for a lot of people, it's not working, man. And we're halfway through the season here. But I'll stick with it because I just like being in this world, man. I dig it. I like the cast. And hopefully it pays off. It pays off. All right, guys. I know that this was disjointed. I said I was going to be on Thursday nights, but Thursday I was working until 5, and then I had to go out to do a meeting at 6 o'clock. It is what it is. It happens. And then today I'm going to see Beetlejuice here in 40 minutes, so I should probably head out the door. And then pay attention to the channel later on for my straight out of the theater reaction for that. Tomorrow I'm working all day as well, so I'm sorry, guys. It is what it is. And then Sunday I'm also working. I'll try to do something. Monday I think I'm off, right? Right? We'll see. I'll try to fit it into the schedule somehow. All right, guys. Thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next time right here for more Rings of Power on Mirror Domains.